listening to the Loud Talk Podcast, powered by Hustle Killer.
You're listening to Loud Talk Podcast, powered by Hustle Killer. It's motherfucking Bernie Mac. You listen to motherfucking Loud Podcast, motherfucker. Yo, we're live. Episode 6, Loud Talk Podcast. Every episode is powered by Hustle Killer. Tonight we got DJ Stix in the building. What's going on?
What's poppin', Ace? What's good?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing, man? It's good to see you, man.
Likewise.
How's everything going?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. Try to stay busy during this quarantine and keep myself relevant and productive.
Yeah, you gotta stay afloat, man.
Absolutely.
You've always been a productive dude, man. That's why I'm glad that we have you. So, if you don't know DJ Stix, he has a pretty good, I would call it a legacy around here.
A legacy? Wow.
Yeah, I'd call it that because to us, back in the day, you was everything. You was on the radio. You was shouting us out. You was playing our records on the radio, Hot 97 and all that, right? Hot 97.
Yeah, that's what.
So for me and us, everybody, that was a big deal. So let's give it up for DJ Stix. We gotta give flowers while we here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Appreciate it. Love.
But yeah, so we're going to get to a few subjects, and I definitely want to get into your music career and how we cross paths and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, but first I want to get to a few subjects. You know, I know we all watch the internet and, you know, things like that.
So
and,
what's up?
What you got for
I
want to talk about Bobby Shmurda. You know, welcome home, Bobby Shmurda. I know you've seen that.
Welcome home, yep.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good things going on.
And I like the way he's moving. He's already dodged some big bullets.
Big bullets, I see.
So,
He's staying true to his parole, which is good.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you see him, someone trying to get him a drink in the club. He was like, got that water. Get away from me.
Yeah. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Like, I was a little worried when Rowdy came out. He came out real.
His name's Rowdy for a reason.
Real different. People came out with the big whips to the jail with the money.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, I don't know about that look. That's not what.
I felt that, yeah.
Like, he's still getting watched. You got to be easy. Even though what he's doing is amazing, because you see, he went back to the hood, gave out a lot of money, did all that. I love what he's doing, but you know how everybody else from the outside, they may look at it. They might not appreciate it or understand it the way we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And but that's his name. He's Rowdy. You know, he comes out, he turns up. But you know,
with that being said,
he's the boss kind of the crew, the leader of the crew.
Absolutely, I would say
the younger boys, of course they're gonna wild out, but welcome home, Bobby Shmurda.
Absolutely, welcome home,
Rowdy Rebel, and all the GS9 dudes who are coming home soon. Real, 10 toes down type of dudes.
That's a crew you can call solid. That's a solid crew.
Definitely, I'm still playing hot nigga. I don't care what nobody.
Oh yeah, that's still. It's for this generation. It's a classic, so it's not going to get old to them.
Nah, not at all. And
that's a point in everybody's life from this generation that's going to stay with them. So it's a forever classic. I mean.
Yeah, and I'm excited to hear his new stuff. Too,
absolutely.
Because I know he's probably definitely doing stuff with 50 Cent because they were supposed to do an appearance in I believe in Atlanta, but it got canceled for some reason or whatever. But I'm sure they got that back end because they.
But he's been down for a few years, so you got a lot to talk about. I think he can make a lot of original music where he doesn't have to fit a narrative or fit what's going on. Exactly, because everybody just wants to know what's going on with him. True. So he'll be able to be himself, and as long as he does a good job, it'll work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So welcome on, Bobby, and so what's up with you now, as far as music? Because I know you. If you guys don't know, you put out a lot of good mixtapes.
That was the love. Like if you grew up in the 90s and started DJing like the late 90s, early 2000s, mixtapes was let's just say a part of your arsenal. You had to have that in your arsenal. Your mixtape game had to be tough.
Definitely, especially if you were a DJ.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I mean, out here, you coming up at that time, there was some pretty dope DJs, that you had to go through, but
crazy.
The thing that stood out, what I think, between you and them is your work ethic. I would know you to work at, a job and then, go spin all night at another spot.
Yeah, for a lot of my life, it was 2 jobs in DJing.
Yeah,
for a lot of my life, and if it could still, it might go back to that with the way this quarantine's going until we get, to regular business again. Right. I might have to pick up the second joint. I'll act like I'm paid like that.
Right, and you also helped, other DJs, your people kind of get on a certain wave.
But that's kind of like how we were raised.
So other DJs that have come up under your, I wouldn't call it your wing because it's all a group thing, it's all love. But do you think you've shown other DJs the way that it's possible?
It wasn't me. I just kept it going. When I first started watching Super Plus movement. So if you know Super Duke,
Okay.
Black, all
Yep.
them guys, they had the torch and they were taking kids in.
Yeah.
Taking them to the BBC. They used to take me to the BBC.
Right.
Take me to all those
BBC,
clubs.
wow,
They used to
yes.
they used to take me to Tufts.
Yep.
Like, come rock out.
Yeah.
So with that being said, when it was like, when I grew, that's the first thing I always did too. If there was anybody who said, yeah, I want to get down, I said, come, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, like, and I'm not going to lie, I'm at like 26 adults now that you can say because I've had them since they were kids.
Wow, yo, that's amazing.
And some of them, and I'm sorry, 75% of them are bigger than me already.
Right.
As far as I got kids who do festivals for a living, I got producers who are just amazing.
Like, people call you.
Yeah, at this point,
They call you.
At this point, I take appointments to teach now.
Because I've known you to do weddings.
Everything.
Ceremonies.
You can't put me in a box.
anything.
You can't put me in a
You've
box.
done several of my family events.
Let's just put it this way. A lot of DJs were hurting because they couldn't do clubs.
Yeah.
I was in my studio doing cuts on records.
Yeah, true.
Still making the same money.
True. And we were all downloading
But all
it.
DJs can't do that because they don't have that in their arsenal.
Yeah. And you stayed true to it. I think that was a big deal because, some guys, they mess around with it, but you really took it serious. And I think
It's a lot of people do it for the fame and money and all that good stuff that comes with it, with like the ladies and
Right.
exposure. But I'm the same DJ in my bedroom or in public.
Definitely, because
So, like I'm saying?
I've
So-
been on with this guy. I've been in an intimate ass club where it was like all the drug dealers and all the fly bitches, and I've been like with Wu-Tang. He opened, like, you know what I'm saying? So I've been
That's
like
crazy.
here
That's so
and there
crazy.
with this man right here. You
That's
know what I'm
so
saying?
crazy.
So that's why I really want to give him his flowers today. I really wanted to shout
Thank
him
you,
out,
thank you,
man,
thank you.
and like let everybody know who you are, because I'm sure everybody around here knows who you are. But whoever this can reach, possibly they might get inspiration from it, because you are definitely an inspirational dude in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, appreciate that.
So, and we came up in the same city, so you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
Of course.
You're a big part of my growth because one
Definitely.
of my spots that made me who I was Corey's.
Yeah, Corey's
For
Spa.
me to do it in my own city like that, and
Yeah.
if you know the history, we was getting plates from everywhere, from
Definitely.
Florida, Atlanta.
Yep.
People were coming from everywhere to come to Corey's, so
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was beautiful. And then, you started branching out with like DC Fam and RP my nigga 30, you know what I mean?
brother.
And those guys, showed you different things too, right?
Third invented me, man.
Yeah. See?
Third invented me. We used to play ball at Eastville in the basketball
Eastville,
courts, and
yeah.
he was always on. I want to be Big Pun, this, that.
Yeah.
I want to spit like Pun.
Yep.
You got to be my DJ. And I was
Right.
like, nah. He's like, yo, I'm gonna call you Stix Stickley, like the nigga from Nickelodeon. You know the nigga from the commercials. And at that time, I was a stick figure, just playing ball and shit.
That's funny. You were very skinny back in the day, I
like
remember.
he put the battery in my pack, did everything. He built my first computer. He
was a good dude.
He built my first burners to make my CDs and all that.
Right.
He made me do it like I had no choice. Like,
Wow.
you have the stuff. What is your excuse now?
Right.
And we were my addict, just getting to it, just making music. I was making my mixtapes. He would engineer them.
Mm-hmm.
Then little by little we'd get Wilner up there.
Yep.
Then we got Kenny
Shout out
up
to
there.
Wilner and Kenny,
We had Mike
yeah.
Neal at the beginning up there. So
Yep.
like it was
And
super
then
dope.
Larry came along eventually.
Larry came along.
Yeah,
and-
shout out to Larry too, man. Shout out to that
so
whole
yeah, Larry,
squad.
like behind me, it's all third. There was the battery.
Yeah, yo, I heard he inspired a lot of people because
His
he
energy,
wasn't just,
man.
but he talked to people individually. He kicked so much individual knowledge to me, like, and it made me reflect back on it, like, wow, this guy is like a knowledgeable dude.
Yo, he just believes. He always believed. After everything he's been through, there's a doubt wasn't
Right.
doubt wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So if he's seen you, he'd be like, "Yo, I can see this in you," and he's gonna drill it in you.
yeah.
He's gonna drill it. in you.
He's a forgiving person too. Like,
Absolutely.
he really didn't want to hold a lot of grudges.
Absolutely. Because
and-
we were brothers, so we had fights throughout all our years.
of
But
course, of course.
we always got back. I mean,
Yeah.
As much as we see each other, it's automatic a hug. It's not. I mean, there's no way we could ever
Animosity
go.
or nothing,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? It
right.
just could never get like that.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. to Leonis, man.
Rest
He
in
was
peace,
a
my brother.
really good dude, man. And
Miss you, man.
Yeah, for real. And respect to his family and all that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're gonna get into a couple other subjects. So I want to talk about a few things that I saw online. You notice how these rappers or artists nowadays, especially like the ones who kind of aren't doing anything anymore, will kind of say, send me an inbox and I'll put you on this mixtape and I'll shout you out. It's like pretty much artists are scamming people nowadays.
but
fan rappers, because they're scamming fan rappers, not.
But when you really think about it, it's an old hustle. It's not new.
It's a hustle.
It's been around forever. Back in the day, I used to be like, I'm gonna have this dude host a mixtape. You can get on this mixtape, but it's different. Where from my era, if I tell you I'm get you on a mixtape with a certain host or whatever,
Okay.
to gas it up, I'm also printing 5,000 of these.
Okay, so
off rip. So these are going into streets, and
Yeah,
you
I hear you.
you are guaranteed the promotion. But when you do it in the internet wave, how are you guaranteed to get listened to?
So this is. Let me get a little more specific because I didn't get enough detail. But so, sir, I'm not gonna name certain people, but certain artists would say, "Yo." It would be like an automatic message. Hey, I love your music. It's dope. You know, do you want to jump on a mixtape? Right. So, of course, a regular fans. It happened to me.
It's a hustle.
It
It's a
hustle.
hustle. I'm not gonna name artists, but we get the inbox. Me and my artists, we get the inboxes all the time.
This is my point. So the dude will be like, or the artist will be like, yeah, I want to do it. Send so and so rapper $1,000, right? He puts them on SoundCloud on a page that has 37 followers. And each has like 23 plays on each song. He doesn't promote it on his main Instagrams and Facebooks and websites. Now, come on, $1,000 and you're gonna put me on SoundCloud on a non-existent page?
But you got to do the research as an artist. You have to do that research. You're not gonna ask where you're gonna post it before I pay you. Like that's
but you can't prey on the fan artist. You can't do that because we love y'all. We grew up loving y'all.
My man, we grew up selling Reggie, telling him it was fire forever.
Okay, that's different.
It's the same thing, different product.
I understand that. That's definitely true, and I know personally people who got scammed.
But what I'm saying is, it's the artist's job to understand some business.
So this is what I did.
So that's you're talking about baby step mistakes people are making, and people are still making that same mistake at the top level when they sign these crazy ass deals.
Yeah, true.
So it's just they got to be more educated.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's the easiest thing to make someone who's hustling you uncomfortable. You ask questions.
Yeah.
Hustlers get uncomfortable when they have to rebuttal it.
Yeah,
when you rebuttal everything.
So you think
ask your questions.
These little I call them fan artists, who grew up listening to these dudes who will, if they even respond to them, will go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you think it's up to them to maybe ask a little more questions and be more specific instead of just saying yeah and sending money.
Absolutely.
So it's up to them. So what I did songs.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
sorry, I apologize.
No, go.
As from playing devil's advocate from that side, from the other side,
sides,
it's still an asshole move. But I understand. But you got to see it from the artist standpoint right now. No one really makes money off the streams no more. We're not in these clubs making this appearance money. We're not touring.
True.
How do we scam these extra couple dollars? Because these bills didn't stop.
True.
So you got to see it from both sides. You got to see it from both sides.
I always say millionaires have $1 million bills.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I thought that was wild because I actually know people
I
personally.
And like I said, some of my artists got them, and I said, you better not.
But listen, I want to make an important point because I have done songs with semi to actual famous artists, and every time I reached out to them on the gram mostly. Like I did a song with Kid.
Dope. I remember that.
Yep. I did a song with Fred Money. I did a song with J.R. Ryder, Freck Billionaire, and Bizarre of D12, Eminem.
I remember that one too.
So that was me reaching out to them in their inbox. Yo, what's good? How much for a verse? Can I get down? And they immediately hit me up, call me right on my phone because they see people who are about some real business. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they gave me dope verses, dope songs, like all official.
Was it dope turnarounds?
Shouting me out. Yeah, shouting me out on every song. And I actually put most of those guys on my last album that I just dropped.
Dope.
And you can find that online.
All DSPs.
Yeah, definitely. But so what else are you focusing on, like, for the next? We're getting a little older now. What's like your next focus in life?
Musically or just in life?
I mean, in life and musically. Like, are you looking to like mentor more people? Are you looking to like maybe I mean, you're like a teacher, dude. You could like.
That was what I was gonna get at.
Yeah.
So just life wise, I definitely got to get into the family business of property because the family got some property and I'm gonna be in a position to take it over soon. So I gotta make sure I get ready for that.
Yes, sir.
So, but musically, the school was always a goal, and I had investors and I had things ready to go to open up a school in Marlin like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But it was gonna be like an after school program. So instead of like a Boys and Girls Club, it was gonna be like a DJ school / production school. So you come do your
homework. Kids would love that.
You come do your homework, then you come either DJ or you learn how to produce.
Yeah.
Either one.
You can't do it until you do your homework.
Absolutely.
And
we was gonna run it like a Boys and Girls Club.
a safe space, yeah.
I come from a Boys and Girls Club background, so I was gonna run the same thing, but instead of sports, it was gonna be music stuff.
Of course, the Somerville Boys and Girls Club.
I mean, so happy with the investor, things didn't fall through, and then there's a lot of permits involved because it was gonna be a lot of nonprofit stuff going on. So like, it's a struggle to do nonprofit things, and it takes a lot of time. And when you're working with kids, that's a whole nother liability that you gotta, insure and all that shit. So. But that's if I had a dream, what? All day. That'd be that
sounds
like a DJ Boys and Girls Club.
That sounds obtainable. That doesn't sound like that sounds actually tangible. Something you could touch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It feels
absolutely.
real. Like
absolutely.
It's not like unrealistic. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But like if I get the life things in order the way they are supposed to be, which I should have by now, but everybody has life situations that they go through. But once that's in order and I'm ready to take over those things, that will lead for me to be able to do some other things.
Hey, man, I got faith in you, and I really hope I see that because I will invest in that. I will back in that.
That would be amazing.
I'll send my daughter there.
School. Like, I got syllabuses and all that. I got other teachers who are on board who already got, like, syllabuses how to teach
how
kids.
to read music and stuff like that.
Absolutely, all that.
Play guitar and all that.
All that.
Kids need that, man. They
do.
do.
They don't have art in school no more.
They don't, because all these programs are being cut due to everything going up so high with the economy. We could talk about that because that's actually one subject I want to get into.
But like, I ain't gonna lie, like I wasn't a music kid in school, like as far as liked being in there and talking about reading music.
Right.
But when I look back, I'm like, God damn.
But you grew up in that music-y era.
But these kids don't have it. Like I didn't take advantage of it, but it's still a dope outlet. Like these kids don't even got it at all.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in like middle school, like I was able to perform like Snoop Dogg as an art form, and the teachers would listen. Like, you don't have that no more. They don't want to hear that.
Absolutely not.
But I wanted to get into another subject because we were talking about other things. I want to talk about the stimulus money that's coming in, man. Supposedly they're supposed to be. They passed a bill today, and families under 80,000 that make under 80,000 a year are supposed to be getting 1,400 or whatever. Have you received any type of stimulus money? I know we all have.
I received the first 1,200. I didn't get the 6.
You didn't get the 6?
Nah.
Really?
So I claimed it on my taxes. I don't know if I'm getting that back on my taxes or not.
Oh, maybe that's why.
We'll see.
Yeah. But supposedly,
me and my lady didn't get it either. So
no.
Yeah.
Well, supposed to get like the 1,400 or whatever, and
which like, to me is cool. But when I think about it in a bigger spectrum, it's not enough.
That's what I was going to say. So what's your outtake on the government pretty much thinking that we can survive on, $3,000 for an entire year?
That's crazy.
What's your outlook on that? It's just another way to screw us over, yeah?
You got to think about it. Like, me and my lady both come from having 3 different incomes to this pandemic putting us both down to 1.
Yeah.
1.5, because I'm on DJing pretty much part-time, if you could even call that now.
Right.
So with that being said, my bills have not changed a bit.
Yeah.
Not one dropped.
Right.
So you got to think about it like when you
still have to pay the bills.
When you really add it up, what's 1,400 really doing?
Nothing.
You helped me on 1 month, maybe 1.5.
Yeah, let's not talk about rent, because as soon as the 1,400 comes, that's immediately going to something that you need.
Absolutely.
It's not like, word for 1,400. I'm just gonna hold it in my bank. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's not even like I can use it to invest. It doesn't. Even, it's not for me, for what I want to do. It's not even enough to invest.
Right.
Like,
it's crazy, man. I hope that they can figure that out, because I'm not seeing a lot of things that I like that was supposed to promise. Every president promises us something before they come in there. You don't believe into that no more, because where we come from.
I've been here long enough that all that has never changed my life one bit.
I say that all the time. It doesn't matter who the president is. My flow always stayed the same.
Nothing has never affected my life.
Right. Anyway, I want to switch to another subject.
Go ahead.
But I was watching. I think it was Instagram. One of my main sources is Instagram. I like Instagram, and I'm on TikTok too. You fuck with TikTok?
I'm on it, but I don't be on any of them like that.
You gotta get on it. You gotta get on.
I hate the fact that that's a big part of what people look at now. Your brand on social media opposed to the skill set. That shit annoys the hell out of me.
I mean, they call influencers now. You can't say it. It's not politically correct. It's called influencers. Influence people.
Call it what you want. I mean, at this point in our life, like, it's not even about what's real, what's not.
I know. Everything, you can't even believe anything. So what I wanted to say was, like, I was watching.
The lie's more entertaining, so fuck the truth.
True.
Or your perception's so dope. I don't care if you're nice or not. Everybody's watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you're good or not. And that shit's whack.
That makes sense. But I was watching some shit, Soulja Boy, man. I know we always come up with him. We always talk about him. But he's come up through the years with us. But he has his own console out now, his own video game console.
Yo, he's a
legend. Do you think he's a revolutionary as far as this whole internet, the way to promote yourself on YouTube and like shit like that? Because I really sat and thought about it one day. I'm like, he created a lot of things that we never seen, like FaceTime. He had a video that was like FaceTime when FaceTime didn't even exist.
You gotta understand, the two people responsible for this era right now, in my opinion, is Lil Wayne and Soulja Boy.
Definitely.
So when you look at all the hardcore rappers, they're pretty much a bunch of Lil Waynes.
They are.
And then you look at every dance song, that's all Soulja Boy.
Come on, he had the
Am I lying?
biggest. No, you're not lying, because he had the biggest songs. Soulja,
Watch Me Wish, Watch Me Nay Nay, all those songs that came after, those are all Soulja Boys.
He set the way for those to be like
hits.
Yeah. And for
Hits.
many people, I mean, I can think about 12, 13 groups, 14 groups who have put out dancey videos right after that era, inspired by him. But he's doing big things now. His own video game. You can play every video game from any console on this one system.
He's extremely intelligent. When he's not on like line and being extra, and let's just say being ghetto or keeping it real, he don't sound as intelligent. But if you put him in an office with some people with money, I guarantee he can talk some shit.
Yeah, they giving him.
He can probably talk some shit.
Yeah. I guess they gave him a check
because he gets money from so many different angles away from music.
Right.
He makes a lot of money.
Yeah, he does make a lot of money. Still.
You got to understand, 90% of these rappers who are not touring are really in the house trying to figure it out because they don't know what to do. The streams ain't there, none of that's there.
Yo, he brought a lot of these rappers around famous people, too. Like, he was the first one to, like, bring Migos and record them. He was the first one to, like, bring, like, certain artists to, like, L.A. to his crib. And, like, he was the first one to put them on a song. He was the first one to produce. Remember, he was making beats.
He's a producer, yeah.
Making beats, producing, all that, recording his own music, promoting his own stuff. I just wanted to like really talk about him because he never stops.
He deserves his roses, but he stops it. He stops the blessing as well by some of his actions.
Drake. Nah,
not even that. But if you watch the show, the way he treats females and things of that nature, he stops a lot of his own blessings by being a little extra sometimes.
I did see that, and that comes with a lot of different things. Though you can't just the way the TV portrays it, man. You can't just. You don't understand the type of women that he deals with from ATL. These wild ass girls, man. They don't show you what they do behind the camera to make him turn up like that.
But there's a million rappers you never see get into ever look like that on camera when it comes to females or things of the nature because they know.
But look how many rappers have got pulling out their element on TV because females want to make them look like they're bitch ass niggas. I've seen it. Jim Jones and fucking
I get that.
Vado.
But at the same time, you're still a man.
You are. But how much should you take?
You can control that.
But how much should you take? I'm not saying ever put your hands on a female. Never.
I could take. Never. I could take someone saying whatever they want all day.
Saying, what if they start throwing items at you and putting your life in danger? That's what they do.
Yeah, that's different.
But you don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a narrative that they're pushing. You know?
Absolutely. No, I dig it.
Like Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that. They're pushing it.
Well, I said, I still said he deserves his roses, but I said he stops a lot of the blessings coming his way too because of his little antics sometimes. And the people,
I halfway agree with that. I halfway agree because every time he did an antic, it put more money in his pocket. So it's like,
but yeah, money, but morally it makes him look bad.
Morally,
sometimes.
I mean, we don't.
Let's put it this way.
He's an actor, so we don't know him.
Like, I don't even want to make this analogy like this because it's kind of fucked up.
Talk to him, Stix. DJ Stix.
This nigga said that.
Come on, talk to him. Talk to him.
Now I forgot
what analogy?
Who was I thinking about? I was thinking about someone.
Soulja Boy.
Nah, like we want to give Kobe his roses and all that, and I love my brother.
Yeah, Kobe was cool.
But you see how they tried to assassinate him when he died? You didn't see he was this, that, and the third, but you're a rape. That's like.
But all that shit played out in court, so anybody who says that, those are Karens who say that.
But with that being said, there's still people who think like that, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. So with that being said, like, that blocks certain blessings because there's still that part of the world who thinks like that. There's people who think like that.
But there's always going to be people like that.
So what I'm saying, same thing with Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
So some of the things he's done, no matter how good he does, they will always be able to bring certain things back to be like, yo.
But I think there's 10 times things more that will outshine those bad things.
Absolutely, even with Kobe.
You know?
But the fact that
everybody's flawed.
Yeah, but like those big ones, like I said, when someone looks at it who doesn't know from the outside looking in, they look at it like, damn, you are that accomplished. But that shit's big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not true, even if it got settled in court, just the narrative alone.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You give them that narrative to think about, you add that to their thought process now. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, I feel it.
So I'm not saying it gets washed away, you get through it, you beat it, do whatever.
Right.
But the narrative was already made.
Right.
And like I said, people don't care about the truth when the lie's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Charlamagne, he said that shit. That shit been stuck in my head forever.
Charlamagne, the Gizzard.
The God himself.
Yeah. But you watching any good movies? What are you watching?
Nah.
You watching any Netflix, any movies?
Nah, I'm
You're not movie in it?
I'm big on sports. I'm big on YouTube. I'm big on
You didn't see the Coming to America?
Not yet. I want to. I'm going to
today.
I watched the Biggie one today. Amazing.
So he was just talking. Shout out to Hustle Killer, my man Nico Hustle. You know, every episode is powered by Hustle Killer.
Sweet.
He's behind the camera right now.
It's the loud pack.
He was actually talking about the new Biggie documentary. He said, I absolutely need to watch it. Do I absolutely need to watch it?
Absolutely.
Then I'm going to watch it. I'm watching it tonight.
You will respect it because you see how we came up and everything we had to go on in the background.
Is it true to life? Is it true or is it some fabricated ass shit?
It's too true because it's raw footage.
Because Puffy said so?
No, it's because there's a lot of footage from one of his homies who had a camera everywhere. So it's all his random footage from like the old school cameras.
And something we never seen?
Everywhere.
Something we never seen?
Yeah. All types
because
of shit.
I've seen every footage. There's something we never seen?
Not this shit.
Come on, because you know back in the day.
You're talking about someone who was day to day with him. You would never get a camera with day to day.
There was a dude that would go with all the artists every day and film those old cameras and they'd be sitting in the back.
And he didn't have to. He was just a homie, so there was no expectation. He was just doing it to the point that they were like, yo, make sure you always got tape.
But yo,
so he was just like, it was his own thing he was doing for himself. It wasn't even like
D-Rock. Oh, well, yeah, I know
That's
D-Rock.
what they portray in the other movie that he gets locked up with.
Okay.
With the crack in his sock.
Yeah. Yep.
That dude.
All right, so I definitely gonna have to check that out.
But that shit's crazy because then you see a whole different side we never even knew about. Like he's.
Now is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on Netflix.
That's what we're watching.
Is that your main source of what you watch now, or
Netflix? I use Sling. I use Hulu. Then I think we pay one that gives me all the HBO Showtime.
You don't have Amazon Prime?
That we get that free.
Oh, Amazon's dope. That's why I seen Coming to America.
That's what it's on?
Nice. Yeah, it's a very good movie. And you know, I wasn't arguing, but I was going back and forth with this younger dude on TikTok today. He was 19. I'm 38. And he was saying that was trash. He's like, that movie's trash. I said, but you have to understand, I think it's because, I said you're 5 years old. I'm like, you're 5 years old and you don't understand the significance, the people that have been waiting 30 years for this movie.
Yeah,
when it first came out, I was there. I seen it, you know what I mean? Like he said, he tried to say, oh, I watched it more times than you, I guarantee. I said, brother, how could you watch it more times than me when I've been watching it since it first came out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
but even with that being said, it's like the new Tom and Jerry movie. This generation doesn't know what's going on.
My
but
daughter,
for us, it's like, we're taking our kids for us. We're not we forget them.
My daughter loves Tom and Jerry because I used to put old cartoons on YouTube and stuff for her.
Like whenever they remake those, I'm all over them. When they did Sonic, I was all over it. Like,
all
those kind of movies.
I took her to Sonic.
I'd be all over those.
Yeah, I took my daughter to Sonic at the movie theaters at Assembly.
Like when they do the Rugrats, these kids ain't gonna know nothing about that.
Nah. Oh no, but that's the thing about these companies. They keep reinventing themselves.
There's a lack of originality now.
As
everything.
As far as what? Oh,
fashion, music, entertainment, everything.
Well, it's at a stale point right now because everything's kind of been done. What are you gonna do? Put on a trash bag and wear fish on your feet and walk down the runway?
You gotta figure it out.
It's been done.
But that because there's so much access to everything, your mind's already programmed to what you see. You can't really be creative.
I guess so.
How do you make it up from scratch when you're looking at everything?
But you have to remember, everything always comes back around too. So
Evolution.
like the '80s make themselves neon colors are making it like themselves back around, like bleach colors and tie dye.
Because we're being programmed that way.
All right, so what should we wear seashells on our chest? Like
whatever you want to do.
Anything should be anything.
But
right?
let's just say
the new Yeezys are dropping.
If we go outside on the train right now, we're gonna see 10 kids who all look the same. They're being programmed to look the same.
But isn't that how it always has been every generation, that we follow the trend?
And meaning you're being programmed.
Programmed. I guess.
Like you go like back then, what was our outlets? Magazines. We all see the same magazines. That's what everybody's rocking. We're gonna get that. We're being programmed.
Right. To an extent, but yeah, I guess.
So like right now, like I'm sorry, I go out there, I don't like nobody. Right. I'm not saying I don't follow trends because a lot of trends are dope and they catchy, so you might grab a piece or two.
Right.
But there's some kids who live by that.
Right.
Who like every few months their whole wardrobe changes to what's going on.
Yeah.
That's
too much. That's
no,
too
but
much.
it's realistic shit.
It is. Like I was gonna say, the new Yeezys are getting ready to drop, and they're crazy looking, and they're like $1,000.
But right now, if you're 25 and under and you don't stay updated with that shit, you're not rocking in your generation.
I don't believe that because I've seen a lot of young kids right now who stand for their own. They're like, bro, you can wear those. I don't care about that because I'm trying to stack money or I'm trying to like. You know what I mean?
I think that's easier now because there's so many different outlets for everything. Back then, it was like, these are the cool kids and that's it.
Right. Because
So
when
like-
I was in high school, it was like, yo, you hung with these dudes and these were the dudes and that was it, you know?
And everybody else
they
was
smoked
corny,
and they
quote,
drank, you smoked and you drank.
Everybody
you know what I mean?
was corny, quote unquote.
Right, but now you have like hipsters and stuff like that.
So it's
who are
dope.
like,
So it's easy
I
to be
was there
yourself.
originally. Yeah. Definitely. But so you have a special and you be twitching and live streaming, yeah?
Yeah, that's the new thing, man.
So can we talk about you have the Mass Wave, right?
I have the Mass Wave.
What does
show.
that consist of? Many things. Can you tell me about that?
That's just a quick one. It's a little recap where like I do it Mondays from 9 to 10.
Yep.
On Twitch /TV
Okay.
the Mass Wave. I don't really know.
Yeah, we'll put the link in there.
But with that being said, like on Mondays, it's quick. I mean, I check the emails. Who sent me some joints?
Yep.
I put them in a playlist. I go through them. I talk to
and
them.
you play them live.
I play them live. If they send me the artwork, I put the artwork on the Twitch, so we do some visual things with it.
So do they send it to your email? What's your email?
TheMassWave@gmail.
TheMassWave@gmail.com. And
Correct.
if you got some really fire music,
Just send it.
And
I play
just
it.
send it. I mean, just any music, you know? Just send it because we're desperate to hear some new stuff, especially with this pandemic.
Not even that. Like my goal with this is just try to get better at putting out content. So if you bring me the stuff, I'm gonna practice just making stuff, and it's gonna go out. So it's automatically free content for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you're just putting people on, right?
Yeah,
right. So
yeah.
you're live streaming.
As I get better, because streaming's a new process for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm learning as I go how to use overlays, how to make my backgrounds and do things of that nature.
Definitely. I watch you
So
go from.
I got that on Monday 9 to 10. Like I said, I tag people on lives because
Yeah.
I'll do the Twitch, but then I have the IG and I'll tap them in. We'll talk about it, see what they're doing.
Right.
See what works, see what doesn't work. I mean, see where the temperature's at in our city. I mean,
Yeah.
Things of that nature. And then on Friday, I do 8 to 10, where I call it the Mass Wave Radio. I'm just literally, I get in DJ mode. I don't really talk much, but I'm playing all Mass records for 2 hours. So if you got records, everything I throw them into this Mass Wave database. I just go through records and I play records.
And again, the email is what?
TheMassWave@gmail.com.
TheMassWave@gmail.com.
Y'all don't know what
Send
the
your
Mass
music.
Wave is. The Mass Wave is just a collective of DJs who are on a mission to spread the biggest light on the mass scene.
Okay.
So like anybody who's a DJ who wants to rock, you are automatically in the gang because it's just us doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is
Right.
promoting artists from our city.
I like that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That sounds fire. And I'm glad that we had you tonight. And I need everybody to remember that every episode is powered by Hustle Killer, man. And
Loud Talk.
yes,
That good
Loud
Talk.
Talk podcast, man. This was episode 6, and I think we're gonna wrap it up. I
Cool.
think we had a good talk. And if you actually want to book DJ Stix, because are you taking bookings?
I just started, yes.
Serious inquiries only, though. Please don't call my man playing with numbers. You know what I mean?
If it's something for local music, it's themasswave@gmail.com. Something for DJ appearances, I am DJ Stix @gmail.com. Or just go to my website. I mean, IamDJStix.com, and we get it rocking.
Okay, DJ
We're
Stix.
gonna bring him back to host that episode.
Okay, so we're gonna actually bring you back to host another. Are you down for that? Or
Yeah, you just got to make sure.
with this experience, you know.
You got to make sure whoever we bring is ready because you know I grill them.
I know. You know how we get down. We talk. We get
I'm
down.
getting better at this. I mean, so
Right. So, hey, I want to thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
And we're
Thank you for
definitely gonna have
having
you
me,
coming back. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this episode. Thank you, DJ Stix.
peace.
All right.
Loud Talk.